This is one of my favorite ways to make tofu, and I guarantee if you're somebody who says you don't like tofu, you will change your mind after you try this recipe, and it only takes 15 minutes. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bianca Taylor, and today I'm going to show you how to make a 15-minute bang bang tofu recipe in the air fryer. This recipe is completely vegan, but even if you're not vegan, you have to try it out because it tastes so good, and tofu is a great way to get in some extra protein. When I tell people that I'm vegan, they tell me all the time that they hate tofu, and I always ask them, well, how have you had it before? Because if the only introduction you've had to tofu has been when you've had it in miso soup, that's only one way and one of the types of tofu that you can have. I love cooking with extra firm tofu and using it the same way that I would use meat. So we're gonna season it, we're gonna make it delicious, and we're going to use it as a high protein source in our plant-based diet. But even if you're not plant-based, like I said, it's another great protein source to add into your regular diet. What we're going to need for this recipe is some extra firm tofu, some panko breadcrumbs, cornstarch, vegan mayo, sriracha, garlic powder, and paprika. And we're going to garnish it with some scallions to make it look amazing and taste extra good. And of course, we're going to use salt and pepper to taste to your liking. And as an optional additive, you can use agave or any sort of sugar to add a little bit of sweetness. And if you're somebody who prefers it to be extra spicy, you can always add red pepper flakes or increase the sriracha. And today we're going to be serving this over some basmati rice. To make your life super easy, you can get some instant rice that you make in the microwave, or you can meal prep your rice in advance and cook the tofu the day of to make a delicious and hearty lunch. We're going to start with chopping up our tofu into some cubes, and we're going to put that aside, and we're going to mix our dry ingredients. So in a bowl, we have our breadcrumbs, our cornstarch, our garlic powder, and just a dash of paprika. We're going to mix that up. Once we have the dry ingredients ready, we are going to put the tofu into the dry mix and try to coat it the best that we can. Once we have that ready, we're going to pull out the air fryer, and we're going to lay each piece of tofu out in the air fryer. If you don't have an air fryer, you can also make this in the oven on parchment paper. And while we have the tofu cooking in the air fryer, we're going to make our bang bang sauce, starting with the vegan mayo, adding some sriracha. You can increase how much sriracha you want depending on how spicy you would like it. We're gonna add some more garlic powder. We're gonna add a little bit of agave or whatever sugar substitute you prefer. Mix that up and add salt to taste. When our tofu is ready and out of the air fryer, we're going to pop it into the sauce and give it a good mix so that it's fully coated. And if you feel like you want to add a little bit more sriracha here to increase the heat or the color, you can go ahead and do that. And we're going to finish it off with some more salt and pepper to taste. Once that is all done, we're going to plate it over our rice, and we're going to add our chopped scallions on top to make it look beautiful and taste really nice. And that's all you need to wrap up this recipe. It's super delicious, and it's something that, like I mentioned before, even a non-vegan would love. So make sure you give it a try. You only need 15 minutes to make it max. And if you enjoyed this recipe and want to see more, let me know in the comments what kind of recipes you want to see me veganize. I love hearing ideas of things that are not vegan and finding ways to make them vegan and as healthy as possible. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Sending you love and light as always. Peace.